All right, we've got an assembly video for you today. Been a while since I've done one of these. I guess we haven't been buying as much stuff off the Zon of the Ams. Made in China. I mean, yep. We buy some made in China stuff. I think most people do. And it's an economics question. It's a complex question, I understand. Made in America. Be nice. Support our own factories and whatnot. I think that's the way we're going, right? With the tariff push and whatnot. We're not there yet, though. We're not there. I mean, this stuff, maybe this was already sitting in a warehouse, but it's still way cheaper than anything else. So we're going to put it together, see how goodish or not it is. But it looked like it would work for my purposes. This is going to house, I think, we're going to use it to house our solar array batteries, probably the charge controller, maybe the inverter, either on this or in this. We'll see. But we don't need to get into all that or even the politics of it. It just is what it is. We bought it. Looked pretty good. Looked like it'll serve our purposes. So here it is. Nope, not done with you yet, scissors. Metal. Went with metal. And I know what you might be thinking, but I thought you were using it for electronics. Yeah, that's okay. I'm sure I will get close to properly grounding everything. Foam, I try to be careful with this stuff, not to have pieces fly off. It's not the greatest for the environmentals. This looks like we might keep this. I don't know. It's supposed to be a metal cabinet. This is like that press board stuff, but even if I don't use it with this, I might use that for a different project. More foam, which is good. It is good packaging material to keep stuff safe. It's just the tree hugger in me, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm a tree hugger, but I think all of us are almost tree huggers at least. I burn them in the wood stove. I love them. Foot. Labeled L, maybe. It's damaged. Not the foot, the sticker. L. And we should have another L over here. Another foot. Get out of here, B. We've got a shelf. So there's the size of the cabinet as far as the area, vertical or from, top or bottom. Labeled G. Haven't found the instructions yet, but we'd be checking all the parts, of course, if we were doing things right. Foam. It's a little windy out today, so hopefully I don't have to go chasing the foam too much. There it is. Destructions. There's a picture of it. Almost looks like a locker. To me it looks like a locker. And I really wanted the ventilated, so the electronics can breathe and stay cool and whatnot. I might even put another vent on the side. Maybe one on the bottom so the cool air can flow in, hot air out the top. Anyway, kind of looks like a locker to me. Not like, it looks like a locker to me. Oh, here's the side. One side. Oh. Piece inside a piece here. That's top of the door. Ventilated. This one is labeled F. And this one is labeled D, as in Delta. Oh yeah, the carpet. Absolutely. This used to be in the living room. And it started to get a little bit, it's a few years old. Throw a rug. But I keep them around for stuff like this. It's awfully handy to have a soft, non-scratch surface for occasions like this. You bet. You betcha. Won't scratch up my brand new metal cabinet here. Here's the other one. E. Come on out of there. Don't be shy. Come on out. There we go. And this is the other side. C. No, I'm not saying yes. I'm saying it's the other side labeled Charlie. Okay. Get those out of danger. All right. What else? I. And H. Wind is really not strong, but enough at this point. I'm going to have to be careful with this stuff flying away. Bravo. B for Bravo. No, Bravo for B. Right? I don't know. Here we go. I don't know where to put you. Running out of room. Okay. Another foot. L again. Bracket, corner bracket for support K. And we've got the other outside foam. I'm going to use this to expand my non-scratch surface area here. Oh, I just scratched there. And another I. Got the two I's here together. I. So we have four I's. No, that's not a joke. Bago hardware and another K bracket. We've got some tools. We have a Phillips head, number 2 screwdriver, and a whole mess of hardware. We're gonna have some fun with that. And we have our last foot, L, or leg, whatever you want to call it. And finally, is this finally? Is this, nope, it's not the last piece yet. We have J, whatever this is, J. And we have Alpha, A. And for Alpha, I'm going to grab this other piece of foam that I took out earlier. Uh-oh, leg on the ground. That's no bueno. Oh, foam. Foam running away. Let's go get that before I lose it. All right, foam. This type of foam. That's it. Box is empty, folks. Box is empty. Okay, we can get started now. With what? Shall we use this? Destructions? Sure. Well, if you're limited on your languages, I mean, we've got options. We got English, German, French, Italian, Spanish, those, Chinese, and one of them that to a layperson like me looks kind of like Chinese. I don't know. My apologies. Not learned enough. But you got languages, you know what I'm saying? A couple of the Eastern languages, shall we say. All right, so we just inspected for all these parts, I'm sure. I have more trust than I should have, perhaps. But if we're missing a piece of hardware, I can substitute something from the shop. Even though my shop is disaster area and messy, I'm sure I could find something. Now, if we're missing a panel, that would be of greater concern. But I mean, I guess I can quick look over it. We're supposed to have 1A. I remember seeing that. And that's good. Good reason to have them facing with the labels up, I guess. So we're supposed to have an A. We do. We're supposed to have a B. We do. A C. I saw it. It's over here. A D. Right there. An E and an F. The two ventilated doors. E, F. A G and an H. G, H. We're supposed to have 4 eyes. We mentioned we had 4 eyes. That's not even like anything a bully would say nowadays, is it? I mean, that's so old. I had 4 eyes when I was younger, and the Army fixed them for me, so that's great. But it's still a good idea to have an extra set of eyes on to protect your real ones. Anyway. So yeah, we've got the 4 eyes. We've got the 1J, didn't we? Didn't we have a J? Didn't we have a J? Yeah. This thing. K2. 2 of the Ks, not the mountain. 4 Ls. We do, the feet. 1, 2, 3, 4. M times 4. Okay, so now we're getting into the hardware bag, and I'm going to trust that it's all there. They got all the panels. All right, moving along. Required adjustments. It does tell you about how to adjust the feet. Cool. I guess we start with number 1, right? Hey, dog. You're a good boy. You want to come make an appearance on the camera? Come here. Come here. Oh, you're a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy. All right, go. Go pee on something, like in the yard, though. Every once in a while, I'll catch him peeing on a tire that's on the car. Nope, no, sir. He's getting a little old. He's walking up our stone steps over here, and he's taking his time. But then sometimes he'll just, as if he's a pup again. I think dog years, we said he's over 70 now. So he's an elderly dog. Anyway, I get distracted. Number 1, step 1, put the 2 rear walls together and put 4 bolts and nuts to hold them in place. And the 2 rear wall sections are the C and the D. So we're going to go C and D. There's a C and there's the D. Let's get the E out of their way. Throw this over on the box. And we're going to believe that the wind isn't going to knock that down. Yep. Got my screwdriver. This looks familiar. I've got like 2 or 3 of these now. They're good. You know, they're cheap little screwdrivers. If you and because you get them so often, and they're free with the furniture. If I ever need to hammer on something, these are the ones I go for because I don't care if I beat them up. here's your feet that adjust shockingly by just twisting them in. So I'm going to put that over by the feet. And then it says you're going to be using P and O. N. Just dump all those out. Here's my O's. Kind of smallish sheet metal bolts. And so P and O. Where's my P? There's S, W, V, E, P. We're looking for the nuts. There they are. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and rip that. If you can rip it, the bag, or cut the bag, whichever, without losing the part that you kind of ripped off, it keeps it easier to, fewer pieces flying around, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to start shoving these in my pocket. Because I don't like trash. Believe it or not, I don't like trash around my property. There is a lot. We don't need any more. So same thing with the O's. Don't rip it all the way off. And it looks like we have 5 of each, which is great because pretty sure we're only going to use 4. And that means they gave us 1 extra. And I've said this every time I assemble something and they include extra hardware, like, because let's say you dropped one of these down the daggone vent or something in your floor. That's why they give you an extra one. It saves a lot of hassle. Because as long as you don't lose a second one down the vent, you won't have to go chasing down the vent. Okay, or whatever it is you lost it in. Out here, it'd be like a crack in my driveway. And some of the cracks in my driveway are growing. Okay, P&O. Looks like 4 places along the back. I want to make sure I've got this laid out the way they want. It looks like, see these slots along here? They face out. So I need to flip these 2 around. Yeah. Otherwise, I think it's symmetrical. Oh, no. The hole. Where does it go? Both on one side. Okay. So we are good to hook. So we got these grooves on the outside, and we have both holes on the same side, just like the picture shows. And then we're going to take those bolts and nuts that I just lost. Yep. And sew it up. And I don't think it matters which way you go. So we're going to... Can the camera see anything, camera lady? Oh, you did? Thank you. Of course, it's all tucked under here, so it's, not difficult, but not super easy. And these bolt heads do have your Phillips and or a flat tip if you prefer. Comes with the Phillips. So just hold your nut right there and start giving her a whirl. Now, when you do this, it's a good idea to barely tighten, aka leave it loose until you've got at least these 4 together. Okay. Let me see. Camera lady happened to come out and fix me here. We can go a little closer than that, I think. Zoom. All right, there. So same thing on the other side, and I started going that way, so I'm going to keep going that way. You could certainly use some power tools here if you wanted to. One issue you might run into, though, is you're so close, if you were using a drill, you might scuff up. Not that it would matter too much, but you might scuff up the metal. I'm not in a terrible hurry right now, so I'm going to just use the hand tools provided. Plus, hey, not everybody has all the fancy tools. So we're going to just pretend we don't, I guess. So they say this is the back wall. And, you know, could they have come in one piece? Sure, but then it wouldn't fit in a small box. There we go. I guess that's a little easier than using the Phillips. We'll use this later when we tighten it. So there's your back wall. Now what I'm going to do, they're all still loose enough. I'm going to make sure that they're perfectly lined up. And now I'm comfortable with it. Now I'm going to go ahead. Now that they're all four in, I can tighten it down. And the nuts have like serrated-ish almost on the back to hold. So you don't really need a tool on the back side to hold this. It won't spin. Get it snug by hand, and then I think, see how this one's just spinning? Okay. You can hold it enough, and now it won't, because it will start digging into the paint. That's how it locks in. Same thing here, too loose. Hold the back side by hand, and now it's good. Okay, there's our back wall. Step one complete. All right, now it says simply, oh, am I too close? Probably now with the camera. Yeah. Back off. Everything okay, Sarge? Everything where it needs to be? Number two, simply overlap. Simply. Well, is that like propaganda? They're telling you it's going to be easy. Psychologically, I guess they're not wanting you to get overwhelmed. So it's simply, we can simply overlap each sidewall in the channel of the rear wall and put 4 screws on each side to hold them in place. Note that part A of that sidewall is on the left side and part B is on the right side, or is the right side. If they are misplaced, it will affect the assembly. So we need to be careful to put it on the right side, or the correct side. A, I'm looking at the instructions here, and with these 2 holes over here, A, which is right here, A should be on this side. But how should A be aligned? It should be like this. And then this is supposed to go inside of it like that. Right? Question mark? Did I read that correctly? I think. Stay. It says, simply over. I told it to stay. You're not listening. Overlap each sidewall in the channel of the rear wall and put 4 screws on each side to hold them in place. Well, see, I didn't put the screws in. What type of screws? N. N to hold them in place. But I think we had it. I think that is correct. Question mark. Let's try it again here. I mean, it would either be like this or like this. It's got to be like this. And then is there a hole for that to go through? Where does it say the N goes through? It looks like right here. But there's no hole on the other piece that lines up with that. So then I'm thinking to myself, what the hey? That can't be right. So let's double check. Ouch. This hole's on this side. A is there. A's little groove pieces are on that same side as that one is. Or is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. Boy, the artwork is lacking. This right here is clear. The only thing that's really clear is it's supposed to be on that side, which means that these grooves would be like that, which makes a heck of a lot more sense because they're to hold the shelves. You don't want all of the grooves to hold shelves on one side and none on the other. Okay. And look, lo and behold, it lines up now with the hole. Let me pivot it so you can kind of see. So, right here now, there's a hole on there and on here. They actually line up. Crazy talk. So we're going to get a screw in there. If I can. Will it tighten? It's trying. It did it. A little problem with fit and finish here. A little tight. But I'm fairly certain that's the way. It can't go anywhere else. So we're just a little off. That's okay. Make sure your hole lines up. And I am actually tightening these all the way, so hopefully it doesn't come back and bite me. But there's nowhere for them to shimmy, so might as well tighten them down, I guess. B, yes, yes. It's going to be the same procedure. Same thing on B, so let me grab a couple screws so I'm ready, so it doesn't flop over. So we're just going to lift that up, slide this under. And no, what am I doing? What do I have going wrong here? Should be right there. There it is. Okay. I didn't have it pressed all the way up, I don't think. It's in place now. All is right with the world. Try not to strip out your screw heads there. And the wind has calmed down some, which is great. All right, we are done with step 1. And, no, we're not. I was going to say and step 2. There's 4 of these little screws on each side. So we've got 4 more to put on. So see if I remember to time lapse this part. You don't need to see all of them going in at real speed. Okay, so now we are done with step 1 and step 2. Step 3 is we are going to put J across that side, which I believe is the bottom. It says snap the buckle on either side of part J. I guess this is the buckle, right? Into the hole in both side panels and then push it down so that it snaps into the bottom of the cabinet, and they are calling it the bottom of the cabinet. And I need 4 more of these little screws, which just, you know, less trips the better when you're putting things together. So they call it a buckle. I guess it goes like that. I need to look at the picture again. I mean, it pushed down, but look how far it is. Pretty sure that goes on the inside. Like, duh. That. Don't need to look at the picture again. Just use your brain. Believe it or not, I have at least 2 brain cells to rub together. I can have some thoughts. And then, just guessing here, wild guess. That screw is going to go there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lost that one. It clicks in easy, but then it clicks out easy too. Whoop. Oh, stay there. I guess an assistant would be helpful just to kind of hold the pieces from flopping around. There we go. Trying to line up everything and hold everything at the same time. Yeah. And these ones you might not want to tighten down all the way right away, since, you know, flippity-dippity. It said 4, didn't it? Ah. Oh. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It went in this little hole right here. Fortunately, the screwdriver they sent is at least slightly magnetized, so I was able to pick it right up out of there. How about we put you in the screwdriver first this time to guide you into your position. Mucho bettero. So I'm, you know, kind of feeling the metal as you put it together. It's, you know, not a super heavy-duty cabinet. If we're not careful with it, if we're rough with it, it'll get dented. But I think the place we're going to put it and what we're using it for is appropriate. Oh, for crying out loud. Depth perception, if you only get one eye on it, you know what I mean? All right, so that's on. That was step 5. Wait, no, I was on step 3. Don't get it twisted. So that was step 3, and we are done with step 3. Step 4 says, when placing part H, when placing it, place the notched side facing forward. notched side, not notched, facing forward, because that is up is forward. And this is basically the bottom. This is the floor, shall we say, of our cabinet. So we're going to put it in kind of at an angle. I think I'm doing this right. And we're going to slip it under those slots, one side, and then the other, if we can get by our screws. Can we get by our screws? Yes, on this side. Ow. And yes, on that side. And there's your floor. That looks nice. How many screws and where to hold that into place? Or none. Are there not? Gravity holds it in place? I mean, maybe. I'm fine with that. It sure looks like it. No, on the bottom side. So step 5. Step 5 says no screws need to be put in the holes here. It says align the holes on the back side of part H, so the underside, with the holes located on the bottom of the back panel and secure them using 4 screws. So we do need 4 screws, and we are going to, on the bottom side, let me turn this around. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to hold the floor, or bottom shelf if you prefer, to the back panel. Well, now, there you go. A little tight squeeze to get over this lip right here. That screw barely made it. But it made it. That's the important thing. Can we keep this video under an hour? What do you think? I don't know. Heck, where are we now? Probably half an hour at least. I mean, just laying everything out took probably 10 minutes, didn't it? Let's see where we are. Curiosity's got me. We are at 39 minutes. Holy mackerel. So the front, I take it, yeah, they don't have you secure the front. There's no holes there to secure it. I mean, you could make your own if you want, but then it would get in the way of the doors closing. So anyway, that's the way it's intended, I guess, unless we run into more later. Those are the 4. That's step 5. Step 6, first install the feet L in each of the 4 corners of the bottom of the cabinet and secure them with those same screws N. Then place the 4 adjustable screws M in the holes in each of the 4 corners. So we're going to have the M adjustable feet and the 4 shorty legs. They call them feet. Shorty legs, feet, whatever. With N. So we're going to need some of those. I'm going to sit on my butt. My back's not particularly, it's never really happy with me. It's always got some kind of issue, you know, just, it's one of those complainers. Always complaining. Are they serious? That's an awfully large slot for this screw. I mean, the screw head handles it, I guess. Okay. Okay, we're going to not tighten those down all the way because there's a lot of play. So we're just barely going to snug that, even to the point where it doesn't even secure it. Sharp, basic little cabinet. Each leg foot thing takes 4 of these N screws. Again, I'm not tightening them down all the way until I get all 4 in. And basically doing that to make sure all the holes line up. And then any final adjustment, make sure they're kind of evenish. And then I'm going to tighten them down. All right. There. And same on all the other 3. So I should be able to time lapse this if I remember to. Okay. That is step 6. Feet are on. Oh, most of step 6. We can go ahead and put our rubber feet, adjustable type, on there. And we're going to make sure that this is up off the ground enough so that our robot vacuum thing can go under here. That's going to be our preferred height. Just enough, maybe plus 1/2 inch, so that we call it Robbie V for vacuum. Anyway, just so that it can get underneath there and keep the area clean. Step 7, install the top panel and use 8 screws to hold it in place. So I think you can probably see pretty well from your current position there. So I don't think I'm going to move you. The top panel is G, which is right there, and it said 8 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Screwdriver with me. And this is the front. Looks to me like it's a cap type. Just caps right on the top there. Maybe. Right? Sure looks like it. Almost looks like these want to slide in, but oh, yes, that is supposed to slide in. So if it doesn't easily, you might have to open it up. It actually is now. Good. So there you have it. And that doesn't line up. Why don't you line up? Just gotta push it over till it lines up. And leave that loose till we get them all in. So 4 screws along the bottom back corner. And then you should have 2 on each side bottom corner. They all go in facing down, or pointing down. I guess the face of the screw is pointed up, right? The pointy end down. No, this is the top, pointy end up. Oh, it's starting to look like something now, isn't it? And it went that way, and that went right back to where it was. All right. And it doesn't have much wobble. So I'm gonna take the risk, y'all. I'm gonna take the risk, and I'm gonna snug these 8 screws that I just put in. I'm gonna snug them down. I have a feeling we're gonna be okay with it. If not, if they're not square, I'll have to loosen them up for the doors to fit properly, but there doesn't seem to be much play. Almost like maybe it's well engineered and executed. We'll see. So I do have a little scratch here. I'm sure I probably just did that to it when I put this on. Some off-white nail polish later if I'm really that concerned about it. All right. Step 7 is complete. Step 8 says install the 2 part K and secure them with 8 screws. So those 8s, or excuse me, the Ks were the little brackets. And you're supposed to put them up there. It looks like 8 screws. 1, 6, 7, 8 screws. So they're supposed to be, how do they go on there? I'm missing something. There's a couple holes in each corner. This says 8 screws. Eight screws. I am not seeing something right. There's no way. So it's supposed to like secure the top. Oh, okay. You got to get your head up underneath there. They just go right there in the corner, you know, to keep it from bending in the corner. So yeah, there's 2 screws here, 2 screw locations there. It's all good. I just didn't see it right away. You might have to get your head in there to see it. Not tight until I get all 4. Getting some good sun out here late in the season, and because this is like an off-white, I'm getting it from above and below. I mean, heck, the underside of my nose is going to be tanned. Vitamin, what is it? Is it D? I always forget if it's D or K. I think it's D. That gets made. Your skin produces it. And you could say, well, I could take a vitamin for that, a multivitamin. You can, but your body doesn't metabolize. I want to say it's vitamin D as well from food or from anything, as well as it metabolizes the stuff it makes itself in your skin. You can look that up. Don't quote me on it, but I'm thinking that's why they say getting some sunlight's good for you, because the vitamin D your body makes in your skin under exposure to light, sunlight, is better used, metabolized, I guess, than the stuff that you would ingest, either through a multivitamin or from your food. Probably why they put all the vitamin D in whole milk, and why they recommend that for like kids is if you're in school, especially like school, and then it's the wintertime. Heck, you go to school, it's dark. You get home from school, it's already dark. You know, if you're at a high latitude. Not getting enough? Well, throw some in their milk. Boy, I remember switching from whole milk to 2%. It's like, this ain't milk. And then there was a time when, for whatever reason, we were getting skim milk. And here's what skim milk is. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pretty sure this is the way it goes down in the factory. So they have a tank full of whole milk, and they drain it out, and they bottle it or whatever. And then the residue that's left from the whole milk on the side of the tank, they just fill the tank with water, give it a stir, and they bottle that as skim milk. What do you think? Sound theory? That's what I always seem like. There's watered down, extremely watered down whole milk is skim milk. But I'm sure that's not true. But I don't know. All right. Step 8, complete. Step 9, put 4 support clips in the 4 corners of the cabinet, taking care to place them on the same level. So not just the same level, but you're going to want to put them where you want the height of your shelves, because, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I wanted this cabinet, is because it has adjustability on your shelves. I mean, extreme adjustability. So now the clips, let's see if the clips are easy to put in and out. They are. You don't secure them with screws or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and slam these in here. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to only put the, as I said, the bottom's already in. So what I'm using this for, I'm going to have 4 shelves. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 shelves there. So plus the bottom. So there's 5 shelves. So for the first 4, including the bottom, there's going to be 1 big solar battery each shelf. So I'm going to want them as close together, like just with a 1-inch gap around, to get the terminal. Maybe a little more than that, so I can get my hand in there. But I want them closed up pretty good, and then air circulation. So we'll see. I could move this in now. Are we basically done? We just have the doors, right? The doors are the only thing left. Oh, she wanted it to be in the video, apparently. Well, it flew that way, and then it flew back. It's like a boomerang styrofoam. So yeah, we'll do the shelves, and then you're doing the doors. But I don't think there's any reason you couldn't do the doors before you do the shelves. Not that much. No, because you can have them in tilted and then put them in. So I want to tilt this up, but we're outside, and my luck, I'd be away from it, and the wind would just knock it over.
That's how the wind is.
Yeah. All right, get out of here, camera lady. You're just trying to have your 15 seconds of fame.
30 seconds.
Look, if you want to be in the video, you need to be in the whole video. You can't just tease my audience with your presence, okay?
You don't even have my presence.
Then go away. We'll trim that out. Oh, gosh. Hey, get the tape measure, if you would, please. It's on the keychain thing. And measure the height of one of those batteries, and then bring the tape measure out to me. Please and thank you. All right, so my wife came back out, and she says it's about 9-ish tall. I'm sorry I ever taught her that hyphenated-ish thing. I'm like, well, what is it? Is it 9 or is it 8 3/4? Is it? So I had to go measure it. The height of the battery with the terminal screw down doohickey thing, with a little extra for air movement, is going to be 10 inches. We're going to want the shelves 10 inches apart. I am only going to put the first one in for right now to show you, because when I'm putting the batteries in, I'll be doing them one at a time. So I'll be putting the shelves in one at a time, but I'll put one in for demonstration purposes, demonstrative purposes. There we go. So we're going to have 4 of these little shelf clip things. And have I used a style like this before? Kind of. Kind of. Not exactly. So we are not on this page. Here we go. It looks like, wait. The round, yes. The rounded side of the clip points up on the cabinet. So we just hook it. So let's see where, of course, that'll be supporting the bottom part of these, not the actual shelf part. So I got to take that into consideration. So how thick is that? That's 5/8 of an inch, almost 3/4. So let's see if we can get a guesstimate. Oh, stop! Good spring on the tape here. So I'm going to put this in here from here, and of course you don't have like perfect adjustability. It's every inch, yeah, about every inch. So I'm going to put it, I'd be putting it on 9 to get the height of the shelf closer to 10. I wanted it at 10. This will be more like 9 5/8. Would that be enough? Barely, but it'd be enough air gap. So I'm going to do it because I'll have the terminals all tightened down before I put the next shelf over the top in. Does that make sense? So yeah, we're going to put it in at the 9-inch mark, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little groove things up. Ouch. 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 I just put my knee right on one of those clips. You know, I'm going to stand this up for you because you can't see anything. You can't see nothing. That's better. So 7 of these grooves up is where I put the first one. And again, the curved hook you're going to put toward the top. So, of course, now you can't see. Again, you can't see that one. But anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There, you can see that. And then the same thing on the other side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Curved end up. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lost it. There. And then the one over here. They're all in. You grab one of your eyes. And which side points out? They're symmetrical. No, they're not. See how this is off to one side more? But it doesn't make any reference to that. So even though this is offset a little bit, they're treating them as if they're universal. So I guess it doesn't matter. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's in. Just as easy as that. And then you place your others. So if I'm going that same distance each time, that's 9 3/4 from the top of the floor to the top of the next shelf, 9 3/4 inches. So to get the next one at the same, it looks like I won't be able to. Are you serious? Are you for rizzles here? Can I not evenly space them? Let's see. Wait, did I say 10 1/2 or 10 3/4? What did I say? 10 1/4. Okay, maybe I can. Yeah. It's going to be right above this screw point right here. Let's try that. And again, I'll be taking this one out, but I'll show you another one. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just being sure, you know. You'd take another eye. I did something wrong, didn't I? This one is too low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Huh. Somehow this one's lower. Off by 1. Good to go. Should be 10 1/4. And it's a little more than that. So I'll have battery. Oh, and I'll have nice space up top. I might be able to put my charge controller in there. Might have to mount it sideways. You're not supposed to, though, because it's got cooling fins on the back. They're supposed to be vertical. And what I'll probably do is the front door is vented. I'll probably put a vent in the back, too. Or just cut slits, maybe. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Anyway, that's for another different video. But anyway, that's that. Let's go ahead and skip ahead. I'm not going to put the last 2 shelves in. You can see how that works. Of course, you don't have to use all of them. If you've got large items, you might not use those. So you might not use all of them anyway. So that's step 9 and 10. Step 11 says install the door on one side by first installing the door pin Q. The door pin Q. So door pins. And they've got little plastic washers too to help keep the door quiet when it's turning. So we're going to go ahead and just open this all up. Set them right there. Hope the wind doesn't kick up. And it starts with F, so I will start with F. Spring there, already in spring loaded pin. This says if the spring shaft is missing from the door, you can find the screw W in the hardware package to install it. So they have extras in case these came out. Both of them still have it. So we have extra spring shafts. That's cool. So these just go on the bottom. You set it on it and then slide that in. So let's do that. I want a plastic washer. Underneath it. I'm going to put it right there. And I want a plastic washer on top of it to, make it quiet. No metal on metal. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on this side too. And on top. Okay. So I believe we just slide this like that. And then up here, I'm going to take one more of these plastic washers, slide it on this slide pin, and I'm going to push that down. Nope. And hopefully get it to slide in place. Find it. Find the hole. There it is. Give it a little jiggle. Make sure it goes up in there. And there you have your first door on there. Oh, and it swings open and closed. So nice. Almost like all's well with the world. That was too close. You couldn't see any of what I was doing. Oh, we'll get it on this next one. Let me bring you a smidge closer and then back out. Can we see the... Yes, okay. So, sorry about that. You couldn't see the slide pin. Let's get it on the next one. So we have the other door. And we're getting ahead of ourselves a little bit with like putting this on first and hardware and whatnot. But it'll work. It'll work fine. Don't lose the styrofoam. So I've got the pin down here. I think you saw that with a plastic washer under and over the metal flange. We're going to find the hole. Found it. And we're going to take another plastic washer and put it over the slide pin here. And then you can just slide it on over. Give it a jiggle until you find the hole there. It locked in. And now we have both of them. Oh, look at the fit and finish on that. It doesn't slide. Oh, yeah, a little bit here maybe. But it won't once we're on level footing. I think it'll be just perfect. So you can see they open and close pretty easy. That's perfect. Oh, we got a little honeybee here. Hey, honeybee. Where's your honey? Are you from the farm over there? They got some hives. Yeah, I love seeing them around here. We got plenty of stuff that I don't cut very often, so for the pollinators, they like my property. So we have an extra pin. Okay, I think it's extra, again, in case you lose something. Where are we? Step 11 is complete. Step 12, S, should be the magnetic catches, I think. Yes. Yes. So we got 2 of those. Our little magnetic catches. And it looks like they just pop in. Yeah. Clip. Did you hear that? Let me get closer with the mic. They just clip in. Yeah. And then I've got 2 for the bottom as well. So they're not relying on just the top of the bottom to secure. That's great. They give you 4. See that? Oh, that's daggone nice. Real nice. Okay. Now what? Handles? Are handles the last thing? Are we to the end? Let's see. Oh, this looks good. This is a good looking little cabinet. This is done. So we're on step 13. No, we already did the top on both of them. Yep. And then step 14 was putting the magnetic catches. 17 is the finished cabinet. So 15 are the handles. And 16 is to attach it to a wall. If you want to attach it to a wall. So that's an optional step. And they give you drywall anchors and screws to do that, and a washer for each of those. I don't think I'm going to need or want to attach it to the wall. So I'll skip 16, but you could certainly do that. And that's what those... Ooh. So at the top, that's what those 2 holes are for, is to drill into your wall and preferably, hit at least 1 stud, but otherwise they've got these drywall anchors to screw into a wall. I am not going to do that, I don't think. I can always do it later if I change my mind. Daggone cobweb or something getting on me. All right, back out. So I believe, pretty sure, yep. Last thing is the doorknobs. So we've got the knobs in bag U and the screws for those in bag V. A bag in a bag. No, 2 individual bags in a bag. A lot of packaging. All right, so this is child's play here now. If I can get the door open. All right. As I said, child's play, right? Are these long enough? Barely. All right. I'll just make sure not to cross thread. I really like the copper color on that. I usually don't care, but because there's going to be copper in here with bus bars, copper, and I'm sure I'll have something else copper exposed. Try to minimize the exposure, right? We got shrink wrap and stuff we can put on. Anyway, so again, just find the hole here. Carefully screw that on. Tight, but not over tight. Wow. that's flawless. And I mean flawless too. I mean, the gaps are even all the way around. It opens and closes. Whoa. It opens and closes well as I trip over the stand here. It looks good. I've got 2 more shelves to put in there, but oh my heavens, listen. I'm impressed for a cheap little cabinet. What was this, like 120 bucks I think I spent? I think it was like 120. Yeah, that'll suit my purposes. Have a good one, y'all.